That won't work because then if you're going to talk about it, I'm going to want to
We're
pick up my book.
live.
We're live. We're live. We're live. Anyway.
That was weird.
Uh, well, there we go. Well,
Take one.
take one. We're here. We're up. We're running. We have coffee.
Yeah.
I've got my Beatles mug today. So
I have my flowery mug.
your flowery mug, pretty.
Yes.
It is pretty. Mine's the Cirque du Soleil.
Yep. Then a nice little. That's a fun cup. It's like such a fun shape to like.
It's
hold.
it's got a little texture to it. It's a nice cup and it's big.
So, we go through mugs like ridiculously quick in this apartment,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we don't have a lot of mugs. I've never been in a position of possibly being out of mugs.
Why are you going through them? Are they breaking?
No, it's just like we drink so much
Oh,
coffee
drinking,
and
it's just
tea
dirty.
and
Dirty,
like
dirty.
they end up like, and we have kind of the way we're doing like chores is I do all the dishes kind of at one time in the day. So dishes get done at like every 24 hours kind of system.
Right.
And so there's some times where we have no mugs.
Oh, man.
Like,
Bring you down just a little bit there. Okay, so we're going to start the podcast. So, actually, let me just take
can
a...
you share the link to Facebook real quick? I don't know how.
Share the link to Facebook. What does that mean?
For the live, can you share it on the Facebook page?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I might be able to do that, except for you've
You were able to
disappeared.
do it last week, weren't you?
Oh,
I thought.
yes. Okay. This is...
If not, that's okay.
No, I could do this. I could do this because I have my phone this week. Well, that's what happened last week because I
No, I
opened
get
up the
it.
webpage and that was bad. Let's see. The dogs are outside too.
Oh, Dad, you need to get the dogs.
I need to get the dogs in.
Oh, Mom is awake though. She just texted me. Here,
Yeah.
I'll text her.
She woke up. She woke up when I was getting up. So, let's see. How do I do this? YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. And I can't do it on here. Okay, I can do this. I can do
It's
this.
okay.
I can do this. I can do this. I have the power. Okay. So we're going to go to YouTube.
I wonder if I should do it for you. Let's
You
see if
should
I can get
probably
to
do
it
it for
first. I was thinking I couldn't access it. Like it'd be easier for you. But
Uh-huh.
if you're just gonna go through the YouTube, then I think I'll do the same thing. Let's see. One second. One second.
Now it's a race.
Okay. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna get to it first. I'm gonna get to it first. I got it, Dad.
Yeah,
I
because I'm
copied the
not
link.
logged in. I'm not logged
It's
into
been
our
copied.
Facebook page.
You're not logged into our Facebook page?
I was. I'm to the password. I don't have the password. So saved, and I gotta look it up. So I know it, but it takes me a minute. We're live, so don't tell me.
So, but do you not have our YouTube or do you not have the Facebook? Because the Facebook is just a public group. It's not a page.
Oh. That's why I'm not okay.
It's
Well,
okay.
last
I did
night,
that
last
for
night
a
I was
while.
trying. Last night I was trying to log into it. So,
It's okay.
did you do it
No,
already?
And it's posting right now.
Okay, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay.
You are set.
So let's.
I'm
let's
also going to send it to the family group.
let's
And
close down. Let's close down some of the windows here. And the other thing I need to see is
okay, and then it's never mind. That's okay.
well, hopefully
Mom
it's recorded.
removed me. That's gonna be something. Actually, no. That's what we're gonna talk about
Okay.
first in this
So
podcast.
so
today.
okay, that's the one thing I was gonna do is I need to go and see how long our intro is.
Oh, are we doing this now?
Before we do
Okay.
our welcome to take it down a notch deal.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna find more people to bother. Let's see. We have so many different. Did you see I got kicked out of the
Yeah. Of the
Thanksgiving chat?
Thanksgiving chat, yeah.
Highly offended. Thoroughly offended.
You should be.
Yeah. Kicked out of the family. Rude. I'm kidding.
My computer's
my
not
God.
authorized. Ugh.
I'm gonna send it to the fall family birthday chat.
Can you hear that? I better stop
What?
that. Do you hear
No.
music?
No.
Oh. It's 9 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so you didn't hear that?
No.
Okay, so let's do this.
We have one person watching us live. As
Oh
we
my
struggle
gosh.
through this.
Hi, Hugo.
I have a feeling it's Trevor. Is it Hugo?
You think it's Trevor? I don't know, it could be.
I think it's Trevor because he looked at my thing. Hugo, I don't think has looked at it.
All right.
My eyes. Oh, it's Trevor and it's Hugo. Trevor did say good morning
Ah,
in the comments.
nice.
Okay.
Why don't I
have to
see the
figure out a way
comments?
to-
I don't know.
It's
where the
because I have I have YouTube open.
well, there's a way I
Through
can.
my account. I don't know.
There's a way I can show. Oh, is that the comments? Where'd they go? Oh, yeah. Hugo said good morning, and Trevor said good morning. Ah,
Good
there's
morning,
the.
guys.
So you should be able to turn on the comments
There we
on your
go.
screen.
How do
So
you do that? Sorry, guys. This is going to be. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Oh, you can do that. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that
okay,
cool?
now I have the comments on the side. Okay, cool.
alrighty. So we're going to go back here.
Okay, we should actually get started now that we have people.
Okay. So we're gonna be quiet for a moment.
Okay, everybody
And-
be quiet. Quiet on set.
Quiet on set. And I'm gonna go. Welcome to Take It Down a Notch with Rob.
And Lindsay Lokay.
There you go. We are on. We've done our intro.
Set.
This time we didn't talk over our intro. So when I edit it, it might turn out better. We'll see.
Yeah. So by the way, for for Hugo and Trevor who are watching us live on YouTube, that's why we were silent for 9 seconds. So trying to make the editing a little easier.
Oh my gosh. So, well, we're here. It's another Tuesday
are.
morning. Another Tuesday morning. And we've made it
Or
through.
Tuesday at 4:00.
Lindsay made it through her adventure this weekend and back again.
Yeah. I am here. I survived. A weekend of a lot of French.
So where did you go?
So we went to a really small town called Saint Lunaire, which is
Saint
really
Lunaire?
close to the sea. Lunaire. So
Yeah.
Lunaire.
Lunya. It's easier to say than
Lunia.
Nolt.
Not.
Nolt. Nolt.
But it's close to the sea and it's in the Britannia area.
Okay.
Um, and so it was really cool.
So
We
that's
went to
Lena's area, Britannia, right?
no, a lot of her family, I
Her
think, is
family's
from
from
the
Britannia.
Britannia area.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, it's just kind of a region in France, I
Okay.
believe. And so we went to a young adult camp for the weekend, a retreat um, there, and they had like a campus kind of there. So it was a ton of like little cabins or chalets that, if you saw the pictures that I posted on Be Real, were like little sheds. um, and then,
So, so for the people that know, this the picture that I saw was like metal frame beds and OSB walls. So like OSBs for the people that don't know, it's like plywood. The plywood that's made out of little chips of wood.
yeah,
So that you build
the
that we
cheapest
build that
that
we
you
build
can get.
houses with and then cover up. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, like if you were in a shed, like the inside of a shed that you bought, but insulated, insulated, not just studs going out. Sound like right? It was
I don't
warm.
know.
You said it was warm,
It was
so I
it was
assume there's
warm, but there was
insulation.
like a heater that was working really hard. I don't know how, maybe it was insulated, but maybe not that well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I but no,
A
it was really nice. It was
lot of
nice
people.
that we had there was about 130 including all the leaders, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um so it felt like a lot of people. I was happy there was no more people. um No, it was really cool. It was, and we met some other people that weren't from France too. So we met somebody from Germany, and there's a few other people from Germany, but there was one girl that we kind of hung out with a lot. She was really nice. It was funny because the first time I met her, I was trying to like be really like bold and just go full straight into the whole talking in French thing. And so she was introduced herself and her name was Esther. And so she introduced herself as Esther and I was like, "Oh, like from the Bible?" Cuz we're at a church camp. And so I was like, "Oh, from the Bible?" And she was like looked at me like all weird and concerned like, "Huh?" And I was like, yeah, like from the Bible, did your parents, I was trying to figure out a way to say like, did your parents take the name from the Bible? Like, did they name you because of the Bible? Like trying to figure out a way. And then I started getting like, and everybody was looking at us and I started getting like nervous. And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, looked at Hugo, like all panicked. And I was like, can you translate? I was like, and then I was trying to say like, I'm sorry. I'm like, French isn't my first language. Like, I don't really know what I was saying. Like, and then she was like, oh no, I'm also learning French. So like, that's why I don't really know what I'm saying. And so it was like this moment of like two of us like absolutely panicking because we were like not sure. And there was like a whole
Both you were
table of
just
French
going in
speakers
like full
staring at us,
confident. I'm
like
speaking
full
French,
on.
and
And then we both just like hold up.
oh my gosh.
So and then after that it took me like 30 minutes to like calm down. I was like shaking. I was like because I'm really not very confident in my French and it's a new thing this trip to just like where I'm going in a lot of situations of just like I'm just gonna go for it. Like I'm just gonna go
You're
for
not
it. I'm
gonna
gonna speak
announce the fact that
tons
you're
of French.
an English speaker.
I normally do with
Yeah,
strange. I'll normally say like, or they'll know, kind of
yeah.
thing. But like,
But you were just trying to
and
just
I
go in like I'm a
yeah, but
normal
like just
French person.
ask her a question because that's one thing that I really struggle with. Like, is I have a hard time showing like who I feel like I truly am to people, if that makes sense, or getting to know people because I have a hard time. I don't really know how to ask questions, and so oftentimes I'll just answer questions and ask them the same one back. And I also don't know what culturally sometimes is okay.
Right.
Like I've had people at the church like they are like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then like the second question they ask is, "So are you baptized?" Or where are you from?
Right.
Or how long have you been Christian? Like not and like just as they're curious and they want to know,
Right.
but I would never, you know what I mean? So like sometimes I don't know exactly what's okay to ask.
Right.
And like here I've noticed that there's a lot of people who are totally okay if they're not French. At least in the community that I've been involved with, it's totally okay to be like, so where are you from? Like, how long have you been living here? And like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where that question's not like, people can get a little sensitive about that in America. And that's also kind of my generation, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm getting used to that as well.
Well,
Um,
it, and I think it's how you ask it too in the United
mhm.
States, because I think a lot of people are like, especially to foreigners, like that
Yeah.
that live here, like, where are you from? Like, I'm from Redmond,
Right. Right.
where
Yeah.
you're like, or if you go, you know, Luca Bach or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's an interesting. What's the heritage of that name? Is that European, or is that
Right.
is that Spanish? Is it where you're asking about their heritage? You're not going, why are you in America? Why
Right.
go home? Kind of
Yeah.
a that
Yeah.
question.
Right.
It depends on how you ask it, I think, but
Well,
because
and
a
that's
lot
the
of
thing
people
is
ask
like,
you like, well, where are you from? Like, I was
right.
born
Yeah.
here.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But when that's not really what you're asking, we're all from somewhere else,
Right.
but it's like,
It's a hard kind of it's
yeah,
a weird, so it's just one of those things like I wouldn't ask because I would be nervous. I want to know, but I'd
yeah,
be nervous that I would say it in the wrong way since it's
yeah,
not my first language.
yeah,
And I'm still like mastering that like tone and stuff like that.
yeah,
And so sometimes I have a hard time like getting to know somebody, but also like letting them know me,
yeah.
through not just like basic questions. And so it was something that I really wanted to try doing this weekend, was like asking people questions. Um, and like,
Oh, Anne
yeah.
is in the chat.
Oh, good morning. Bonjour, Auntie Anne. Okay, if Anne's still listening, I, um, Sophie is not on Facebook, but there's been multiple times where I've wanted to text Sophie. So if you could say hi to her for me, because I keep thinking about her with Taylor Swift things mainly, but a few other things too. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could text Sophie, but I don't have any way I can text her. So anyway, say hi to her for me, please.
Okay, we might cut this out of the podcast, but I'm going to slip away for a minute. You can take over the helm,
Okay.
and because I did not let the dogs in, I just realized it. So I'm going to put you full screen.
Okay.
You're full
Should I
screen.
talk more about camp or should I just like wait,
Yeah, you can talk
like
about whatever, or
Jeopardy?
I don't know. You can just chat, and then we'll cut this out of the actual podcast.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's go to the comments. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, Anne did text. That's nice. Okay, we are just waiting for Dad to get back. This is what it's like to do the podcast. I was telling Dad that I plan something to do while he's getting all the tech stuff prepped before we even go on air. It normally takes him like 20 to 30 minutes to get everything together. And so I'll have like crocheting or like little projects. So I'm not just like staring at him. Because that's how it's been a few times where I'm just like, okay, Dad, are you ready yet? So it's currently 4:30. Um, and oh, is he back? Are you bringing the dogs? Oh no, you're locking out the dogs. Locking out the dogs. Oh, hey, Trevor got his flu shot and his COVID shot last night. How are you feeling, Trevor? Are you feeling alive?
I'm
I wonder
back.
how like quick this whole. That's okay. We don't care. We're talking about Trevor's medical history.
I, I
That's
s-
really important.
I did hear that part.
Well,
It's
he
impressive.
got his flu shot and COVID shot. That's way.
I need to do.
I need to get mine.
I need to get mine too. I wanted to get them before I left for the Dominican. So that would be good. And they say you can get them both same time this time. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do both. I just because I've been getting sick so often, and I got the flu last year.
yeah,
I feel like Trevor is barely aliving today. Are you taking the day off work, Trevor? Are you going to work? Or are you aliving because of other reasons? Or are you barely aliving because of other reasons, not the shot? That's what I want to know is if doing 2 is going to like take you out. I feel like it's like kind of like a bear tranquilizer.
So, all right, where were we? I don't know how we're gonna cut that out of the whole deal,
That's
we
fine.
are.
I'll
It's
go
gonna
back to
it'll
talk
probably
about
it'll
Sam.
stay in the YouTube video, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so Trevor has to go to work. I'm sorry, Trevor. Good luck. Hopefully it'll go by quickly. Drink lots of water. I don't know. Take an Advil. That's what mom would say if she was here. Speaking of mom, she kicked me out of the Thanksgiving group chat. Thank you very much, mother.
Wow,
Wow.
that's rough. That's rough. That's what you get for leaving the continent.
Apparently, just boosted out of the family.
Yeah,
Not a caregiving.
it's
Oh, Trevor slept from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Why did you? Oh, he's at work right now.
yeah,
What time is it there? Is it already 7? I
yeah,
guess it's 7:30.
yeah. It's almost 7:30. He starts early. He starts
But
early. He
not
moves
early
into
enough for him
Trevor
to
moves
wake
into
up
his
at
new
1
apartment.
a.m.
Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah. I don't
does
know why.
move into his new apartment soon.
Soon, yeah. As soon as I leave, I planned it perfectly. I will be out of the country
Oh,
when he's moving. Darn. No
shucks.
boxes for dad.
Hey,
No
Trevor,
boxes
if
for
you leave the
dad.
boxes in the kitchen, I'll organize the kitchen again. But you have to wait till the 16th. I'll just break in while you guys are in Utah.
Nice.
Okay, we should probably get back to work. Hang on.
All right. So you had
Okay,
fun at
so
your
we're
deal.
talking. Yep.
You had lots of French time. Did you get to see
It
the
was a
sea?
lot.
Did you go all the way up to the sea, or did you just get close?
Well, we walked next to the sea,
Oh.
2 different times, but not. We were like on the beach for like
But
a
you saw
game,
it.
and then we went on like, a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did. And then we also went to a town, that's like right on the sea. It has like waves like crashing over the walls of the
Ooh.
town, and it has like a big wall all around the town. And I don't know all the history of it, but it's super cool. And you could see like the points where they would probably like have like guns or whatever, or, like see through and
Yeah.
war. And I don't know. It was
Like
cool.
a fort.
We were only there for like a few hours, so
Hmm.
and it was kind of a spontaneous. This is near where we're going, so we should go visit it.
Oh,
But
fun.
that town was called Saint Malo, I think Saint Malo. So yeah, that was cool. So it was kind of cool to like see a little bit more. But yeah, no, it was cool to see just like a little bit more of France in a few different areas. And it's been a while since I've traveled around France. So, and this weekend we're going to Bordeaux for Hugo's birthday. And so that will be a lot of fun. So,
Nice.
yep, we've been planning fun things to do that weekend. So,
Oh, isn't that cool? So I can click on a comment and it comes up on the screen.
uh-huh.
So you can't see it, but it
Oh,
says
really?
yeah. So it says keys on Monday for Trevor
Oh,
and a
nice.
little
Oh,
picture
and
of Trevor.
thank you, Anne. Drive safely. Um,
So that's cool. I didn't know I could do that. So
this is super fun.
anyway, the that was cool. That's cool. That you got to go see different
Yeah.
spots, and you're going someplace this weekend. Did we say that
Yeah,
already?
to Bordeaux. Yeah.
So we did. Oh, that's right. Well, it's hard to remember what we said before or what afterwards. So you're going to Bordeaux,
Yeah.
and no wine drinking in Bordeaux.
No, no.
Skip that.
No, actually, Hugo just was working on setting up an appointment um, because so for my bridal shower, Hugo's family gave us a ton of like dates and
Oh, that's
activities that we
right.
could do while we were in France, and so we're actually going to use one of those to do like a big wine tasting, and I think we're going to like a small castle that has a vineyard attached to it, and
Ooh.
we're going to do a wine tasting there. And then we're hoping that we get a tour of the castle while we're there. But they said maybe not because there's another couple who is already scheduled. Um, so I'm not sure if we're gonna get the chance to go on a tour as well. But no, I think it'll be fun. And then there's like there's a big wine museum that I think we're gonna go to. Um, that's like interactive, and you could pay like a really small extra fee and get like a tasting along with the museum.
Oh.
And so Trevor must be real. This might be more distracting than the window, which if you're watching online, you can see I'm actually strategically placed in the apartment. I can barely see. I can see the window, but I can't see like the church area that's like distracting. And I can't. It's not like in my vision really at all. I have to like, oh, I'm gonna go look at the window. Like it's not in my peripheral vision really.
So
So I
no,
am.
so no old man at the bakery updates this morning. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I know that's super interesting podcast last week.
Whatever's going on at the
Really,
church.
really interesting. Yeah, no.
Can
But
you
I do
hear?
have a lovely wall behind us that we
Can you
just
hear the
finished.
dogs outside?
Not really.
Okay. Sounds like a very deep voice talking outside my door, but it's the
Oh,
dogs.
really?
The dogs wrestling
Oh,
right outside the door.
Hugo left this morning, and right as he like opened up the door, I guess our neighbor came out or whatever, and he said like because he had the door open, and he was like bonjour, and he said it so deeply that I thought it was a guy, and I was like, who was that? And they're like, oh, it was just I think it was one of our neighbors, and I was like, oh, but like both of our neighbors are girls, like who is it? And he's like, what do you mean it was her? And I was like, but who was the guy? Because I thought he was like entering the apartment, like because it was like and I was like, he's like, I don't, it was me? I was like, oh my God. Because it was like, bonjour. It was like so deep. I was like, ah. It was like,
She
ow.
hadn't had her coffee yet this morning, so still had the morning breath, the morning
No, it was
voice on.
Hugo.
Oh, it's Hugo's voice. Ah, so you hadn't talked to
Oh,
anybody, but
Trevor said that we can barely hear the dogs. So that's
oh,
good.
okay.
That's good. It's nice. We get like live.
That's really weird. So so speaking of the dogs, not
Oh,
last
yeah.
night, the night before, at about 5 o'clock in the morning, I kind of wake up to the sound of a cymbal
They've
crash.
taken up the drums, everybody.
And so I'm kind of like half awake and I'm going, that was a weird noise. And I'm trying to figure out, did I dream this noise? Did it really happen? Then there was no added noise after that. And it didn't seem that Jenny woke up. So I thought, well, maybe I dreamed this noise. And so I kind of try to go back to sleep. And then there's some like little barks, not like somebody's coming in barks, but like, hey, I want your attention type barks. And oh, before that, so like before that happened, like 4:45, the door to our bedroom kind of bursts open, and both the dogs run in and decide to poke at mom because she's on the door side of the
Oh,
bed
no.
and wake her up.
How
A
do
great
they
way to
not
wake
know
up in the
that's a
morning.
bad idea?
Dog
Oh,
noses
no.
in your face first thing in the morning. So she goes, hustles them
Yeah.
out. And then like a half hour later, the cymbal noise. And then little barks. Little barks. And the and so Jenny gets up, mom gets up, and I'm like, oh. At that point, I'm awake. So I'm getting up. And she comes back in. She goes, you do not want to go out there. And goes back to bed. I'm like,
Oh,
really?
no.
Really? So I go out there. So the crashing noise was the dog dishes, the water bowls, that are on like a little stand. So they stand up on like a little table type thing that they fit into that the girls gave me a few years ago. And they'd knocked that over. So the crashing was the metal bowls against the floor. Then they opened up the garbage can and took a lot of the garbage out of the garbage can, and maybe some of the chicken bones because we had chicken wings. It was wing night. So
Right.
there's coffee grounds all over the kitchen floor from the compost.
Because they have coffee grounds.
Yeah.
Or they just
And
spread them around.
yeah, they walked all in them and spread them around.
Yep.
There are the wrappers that the chicken came in all over the house.
Oh.
In the
Oh.
in the basement, in the living room,
Ew.
upstairs. There's
Oh
pieces
my
of garbage
goodness.
everywhere.
Oh my gosh. You're
It
laughing
was
now, but I'm sure you were not laughing in
uh,
that moment.
it was, it was what it was. It was too late to like really get them, yell at them.
Right.
Just kind of
Yeah, they didn't.
just gave them the
They weren't
side eye,
connected.
little side eye. But
Was Henry hiding?
no,
Normally, Henry hides. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Because
So
normally, because he knows he's not supposed to get in the garbage, he'll normally hide.
I think what happens, they got in the garbage, and it was very salty. The wings are salty, and I think they were very
Yeah.
thirsty, and they ran out of water. And so they were upset that they needed water because once I got the water dishes back in and filled up the water, they were like knocking me over to get to the water before I could fill them up because I fill them with a little pitcher.
Oh,
So, yeah, they were very excited to have something
water.
to drink. So anyway, yeah, that was the exciting business with the dogs. Yeah,
Having two toddlers in the house.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
This is why we had them downstairs. Hey, speaking of downstairs, how's
Yes,
your apartment guy?
our apartment guy is good. So that's right. We
He
hadn't
came
met
on
them.
Thursday.
Yeah, he came on Thursday. Very nice young man. Very nice young man. Younger than you, or about the same age as you, I guess. 21.
Oh,
21. So, drives a motorcycle.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I cleared out a spot in the carport so he can put his motorcycle in the carport.
So he drives a motorcycle in the winter
That's all he's got. That's all he's got.
in
It's a
Washington?
man's man right
Ooh.
there. Motorcycle.
Do we have
Probably
rules
30.
in the
It's
US
freezing today.
slash do we have rules in the US slash Washington about like you have to wear like a leather jacket or you have to wear like
you,
boots?
you have to wear a helmet.
Is that it? So
That's it.
in France they have
Well,
rules that you
and
are supposed to
clothes.
wear your clothes. You have to wear like protective gear. Like you have to wear like a certain kind of jacket. You have to wear
Oh, really?
technically legally you're
Legally.
supposed to wear like you have to wear boots, you have to wear full pants. And like yeah.
So I
Yeah, I
think
think yeah, I think you're supposed to have gloves legally. I
yeah,
did hear that one.
yeah. They're getting a little more wound up. You have to wear eye protection and a helmet.
Oh, Anne wants to hear
Unless
about the pictures behind me. We're gonna change subjects. Wait, isn't eye protection and helmet like isn't that the same thing? Like
well,
normally those
no,
are connected.
well,
Do you
not
just wear like
necessarily.
giant science glasses?
A helmet covers your head. It doesn't cover your face
Well, I know there's
necessarily.
almost always a visor.
You can get a visor helmet, yeah, but you can get them without visors. You have to have
So if
glasses.
you don't do that, then you have to wear like giant like science
Just
glasses.
glasses, sunglasses,
No, I think you have to wear like the big ones that you
the
go like
aviator,
snorkeling with.
the aviator with the
No, no, no,
strap,
no,
with the strap that goes
like
over the
snorkeling
helmet.
glasses. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. So the pictures behind me are almost all pictures that we thrifted that are like art.
I'm gonna make
Most
you
of it is
bigger.
like hand done. Um,
There you go.
that's
Now
that
they
we
can
like
see
all
more.
thrift or pictures. Like there's these two pictures are both pictures of like old Nantes. The other ones are just ones that we found that were really pretty. But a lot of them are like there's one, I think it's right behind my head. Yeah, it's this like little one up there that is a hand drawn picture of like the courthouse or like the mayor's house or something in a town nearby us, like in a little town nearby us. And when we bought it, they're like, "So do you know what this building is?" They're like, "Why are you buying this?" And it's just like a really pretty cool picture. And we thought it was cool. So we've just been thrifting random pieces of art because we have this like big white wall. So yeah,
because they've had this hand-drawn deal for like 25 years that nobody's wanted. Like, you
yeah,
want
because it's a picture of the mayor's house. They're like, "Why do you want a picture of this?" So, and like, I don't know, they're kind of fun. Actually, one of them is I've started watercoloring, and we needed something to put in a frame that we didn't have a picture already in, and so I had something I watercolored that I threw up there. But I definitely
Nice.
don't have a future in art.
Fun.
So, but yeah, that's the new backdrop for now of the podcast.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, good.
Okay. So,
Oh,
the book.
what's
The
the
book.
question? What's
Dun,
the
dun,
question?
dun, dun.
I answered one the other day. I actually sent
He said,
sent you a picture.
yeah, he sent me a picture and he was like, "Look at me. You should be proud of me." So, quick explanation, this is the 5-year memory journal. There's a picture for every day. Dad gave it to me for Christmas and gave me 2, insinuating that I should give him one. And that you ask, it's the same question. If you're watching the video, this is what like the inside looks like. So, and that's what the outside looks like. It's really fun. Except for the fact that Dad doesn't do it. Anyway, so I am using the podcast as an excuse to make him do it. Today's question is, if I could give a gift to someone and money was no object, I would give blank a blank.
Oh. So what would you give me?
That's funny. Okay, so I would like to say, because the two
book.
people are going to say no. The two people that are maybe the one person who's listening to this and the other one who's not going to listen to this are going to say I'm faking. But it was honestly my first thought, and it was like within 10 seconds. And so I just decided to write it down because it was my first thing I thought of. Okay, so it's not fake. I promise. I wrote down houses for the boys. I don't know why. It was just like the first thing I was like, if I could give something with like money is no object, I'd be like houses to the boys.
That's good.
I don't
That's
know.
a good one. That's a good
So,
one.
but it's not fake. I promise that it's not like a, you know,
Sucking up to the boys right before
I'm
Christmas.
not sucking up. Yeah. No.
So.
Okay. Well, you can't get out of the question. Answer it.
Oh, I thought we went on to.
No, you didn't answer it. Come on, Dad. You're gonna have to turn me down for that. I was really close to the microphone. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Lindsay's got away. We've lost her.
Hey, hey. Hey, okay, put down your coffee. Stop procrastinating. What would you give to
What would I give?
something for?
I don't know. These always. I always go blank when I read these questions. I like your give houses to the boys.
You can't steal my idea.
So you had the best idea. Now I don't know what to do.
Well, get used to that. That's just how it always is.
It always is.
We're just gonna sit here and I'll watch you until you answer it.
all both of you. Oh, we got another listener back. Oh, another watcher back.
We have 3 now.
So I would give Jackson a dog.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
That's a good one. Bravo, bravo. See?
It took me a minute.
You did
Okay.
it.
It was the music.
That's okay.
The music put me over.
Exactly. Put you in that like gotta focus.
Gotta focus.
You know.
So that's this weekend. So you're just gonna like do nothing for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, basically.
Just as a normal weekend in France.
Thanksgiving isn't this weekend.
I know. I said you're going to Bordeaux this weekend, and then And then you're just gonna
So
do nothing.
next weekend we are, because we've been gone for this weekend and the last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had time to decorate for Christmas, as well as it
Mm.
doesn't really feel quite Christmassy yet. But I want to decorate before I leave, like well before I leave. I want to enjoy decorating the apartment. So the goal is that next weekend, yeah, after Thanksgiving. So you should be proud of us. We're gonna go shopping and then decorate the apartment and have like a Christmassy weekend. Maybe watch like a Christmas movie and
Ah,
yeah.
fun.
So
We've
hopefully start Christmas up. But
we've started decorating, or by we, I mean Mom.
yeah,
Started decorating. The boys came over on Sunday and got not all, but a bunch of attic stuff down. I don't
good.
know why we didn't get the tree down when I had manpower to get the tree down.
Because Henry wanted to help, so
Yeah.
he
But
he
anyway, the
wanted to
tree's
get.
not down, but the other stuff is down. The dogs are excited about something.
Yeah,
And yeah. So, and then this
yeah. I
weekend,
think.
wait, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. You're good.
And then this weekend, I'm going to go to a Girl Scout retreat and
Ooh, girls' weekend.
girls' weekend.
Woo 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 woo.
I get to be one of the girls. Um,
No, at that weekend you are very much the one guy. It's very much, and the guy's opinion is
yeah. Yeah.
your vote is
So
representation of.
I am the chef. I'm the cook, not the chef.
That is true
I'm the
actually.
cook.
Yeah.
So I've got the menu all planned out. The menu all
Yeah.
planned
What
out
are you doing this weekend?
for the weekend. So we're gonna do fun. Gonna do something kind of interesting for Friday night because Friday night everybody kind of comes in different times and some people don't make it and yada yada. And that's when I plan dinner for Friday night. It doesn't go.
Right.
Some people have already eaten and whatever. So I ordered 6-inch cast iron pans.
Okay.
So 6-inch.
Right.
And we're gonna do build your own
For
nachos.
the audio listeners, he's talking about 6-inch pans.
So we're gonna do build your own nachos. So I'm gonna do like a little nacho bar.
Oh,
So we'll have
fun. Okay, that's cute.
taco meat, and maybe some shredded chicken and jalapenos and cheese and onions, all that stuff. And then I'll just turn on the oven to like 400 degrees, and you can put your chips and everything in there and cook it up, and then you eat it.
Small side note, I found Mexican seasoning at the store that I'm going
Mexican
to try to make
seasoning.
tacos with.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what Mexican season actually really
Made with
means,
real
but
Mexicans, or
I don't, let's hope not. It kind of looks like taco seasoning. So, and it was
interesting.
less expensive to buy that than buy all the other seasons that I needed to make taco seasoning.
Nice.
So
I'm sure
I
that's.
found chili seasoning finally.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it was like $5 and I decided no.
No.
So, and also I can't find onion powder. I can only find like onion chunks. No
Oh,
onion
okay.
powder. I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, seasoning is one of the things I have a hard time with in France because
Yeah.
there's like translating it and then finding it, and
They're expensive, and seasonings are expensive too.
seasonings are really expensive. So every
Well,
time I'm going to the store, I'm getting more seasonings and more seasonings.
when you're home, you should take baggies of seasoning back with you because we can buy it
That's
in
what I
bulk.
wanted to do the first time. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to do the first time, and I ran out of space.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "That's ridiculous! Don't do that." I did bring cinnamon sticks because I had like a bulk set of cinnamon sticks from
Yeah.
Costco,
Yeah.
and so I brought a ton of those because cinnamon sticks are really expensive, and I knew I was going to want some
Yeah.
for stuff for Christmas and all that. But
Yeah.
anyway, sorry, quick sidetrack.
No, that's good. So we're doing that. We're gonna do Mountain Man breakfast.
Nice, good
So
classic.
for the Boy Scouts in the group, they all know major favorite of the
Yeah,
Scouts. So we're gonna do a little Mountain Man breakfast, which is a cast iron breakfast casserole with sausage and shredded potatoes and eggs and pretty yummy. And then we're going to do grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch. And I'm going to make a vegetable soup.
Yum.
Yeah,
That sounds really good.
because I don't want to kill the phoenix. That's what I tried to
Oh,
do with
yeah,
my
and a
tomato
lot of
soup.
soup.
My tomato soup
Yeah,
is phoenix repellent.
nice.
And
Yeah.
so I'm going to do that. And we're going to do raclette for dinner.
Fun.
And then just grab and go for
Yeah.
the next breakfast. So that's my big going on. Nothing too fancy.
Are you going to destroy the camp trailer again?
I'm
Or?
not taking the
I think
camp trailer.
mom just finished cleaning up the pizza dough, so maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Mom asked me
That was the ultimate
what the
doghouse
menu
for about a
was.
year.
She asked me what the menu was last night. She's like, "Oh, good, no pizza dough." I said, "Oh yeah, well I'm not taking the trailer." And I didn't realize that over the weekend she goes, "Oh, I'm going to go clean up the trailer." I thought, that's weird. Why would she clean up the trailer today?
Right.
Because she thought I was taking the trailer this weekend. So it was really
Oh,
sweet
well,
of
that
her.
was
She
sweet
made
of
the
her.
bed and everything for me. But
Well,
I
that's
decided not
really
to take
nice.
it.
Well, and, I guess will Grandma Grace stay in the trailer, or will she stay
No, she'll stay
in
in the guest
room?
room. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But now it's all ready for whoever comes
Dad and Patty
next.
will probably stay in the trailer at Christmas. So it's all
Are
ready.
they coming? I heard a
I think
rumor that
so.
they're thinking about not. Okay, well,
I
they
think they're
better
coming. I think they're coming.
hunt them
Unless
down.
if the weather's bad, they'll
Yeah.
bag it off, I think. But so they're planning on coming. The auction is up for the
Oh,
for the Humane
for the
Society,
shelter.
the shelter down in
And
Long Beach. So
how long?
I
How
don't
long is it up
have.
for?
It's like another week. I don't have the link, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's linked off of their page for the Humane Society in Long Beach, Washington. So go check it out. There's some fun stuff on there, and they're doing a good job. I saw their goal and everything, and they're headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, and you can just go on there and
Good.
donate too. So, it's kind of a fun thing, and Nana Patty does is integral in setting up the auction. So, and she, if you've listened to her podcast that she was on, her and Dad, they do a lot of stuff with that, and she's the president of the board for the Humane Society. So they're doing that, and
Nice.
yeah, lots of fun.
Sorry, I tried finding the link really quick and I couldn't find it, but
Yeah.
I'll look later and if I can find it, I'll put it up on our Facebook page
Yeah,
if you are interested.
that'd be cool.
So it's quite fun. They always have really fun stuff up.
Yeah, they have some fun stuff. There's some
Hey,
hotels down in
Mom's
Long Beach.
listening to the podcast.
Oh,
She apologized for the dogs barking. This is quite fun to have everybody commenting.
yeah. It is kind of interesting.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, oh, there's 4 people in the chat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's kind of the big thing. And then the weekend after that is Thanksgiving, and I go to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Beach time.
Woohoo!
Beach time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Are we
we're-
doing a double podcast somehow? Like,
I
how are
don't-
we doing?
I don't know, because I'd like to do one from down there, but it sounds like the internet is awful. So we may wind up skipping. I don't know. I don't know if we can do a double. Maybe we could do a Thanksgiving podcast.
It'd be fun to do like a little Thanksgiving podcast.
Yeah. So,
But it would just be, would you be able to turn it around in time with everything going on?
yeah.
So,
Well-
I know. We'll figure it out.
We could, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the podcast is going to go. The last week, I just got my computer finally back into shape yesterday, doing all these video podcasts. it completely filled up my hard drive. I was down to like 4 gigabytes, 4 gigs of space on my hard drive,
Wow.
which is not enough to really make
No.
the podcast to make the computer work very well, let alone do anything. So it wouldn't let me move anything around or edit anything because it needs that space to be
Right.
able to move stuff around. So I don't know if I lost stuff or what. I got another hard drive, external hard drive, and moved a bunch of stuff over. There's things in the cloud that I don't know how to get out of the cloud anymore. I don't know, because it says I can't because it's read-only access.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But
No, not at all.
I've changed it to read-write, and I don't know. So I just freed up space on my hard drive to be able to do. But somehow the podcast last week for the video on YouTube, somebody along the line decided to cut the video in half, and it was 25 minutes long on YouTube, and in 50 some
A
minutes.
a magical elf. in your
It's the
computer.
same. It was the same file that I uploaded into both places. Is the weird part. I didn't
It
do.
doesn't make- it doesn't
I didn't
make
do two
sense.
different ones. I took the one and then uploaded it, and I don't know. And I'm like, how'd that happen? So it just stopped in the middle. I don't know. I was gonna try to put that up. I don't know if I'm gonna do it now for the other half.
Right.
But we're gonna. I don't know. We're gonna play with that. When Lindsay comes back, she's gonna give me some editing lessons, I think. So if I
Yeah.
can clean up the edits a little bit, because
Yeah.
I don't know. But it wasn't recording. Some reason it wasn't recording to my computer all the stuff that we're doing. So I was having to pull it down off of YouTube and edit the YouTube video to get the podcast. So, which limits what I can do with the sound and all that stuff. But it also made it so that the Spotify podcast, Spotify.
You're really
Spot-
you're really thinking
Spot-
about Thanksgiving in this podcast. Spotify.
Spotify has video, so because I uploaded
Yeah,
the video
no,
to the
it's cool.
podcast, so there's video on the regular podcast. So if you're using Apple Podcasts or whoever, I heard Google Podcasts is going away, or has gone away or something.
Oh, yeah.
So, so if you're using Spotify or Apple or whatever podcast you're using, it should have video. So that's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. So,
No, it should be. That's kind of cool.
But what else do we got going on here? Is that about it?
Um,
Is that the big,
I think that's kind of about
big
it.
updates of the?
I think so.
Of
We're having the window officially fixed tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna have a guy. I think he's like gonna have like a ladder and be working from like the street.
Oh,
And we
wow.
have like a tiny little balcony that he's gonna be like working on.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming he'll be like in and out of the house as well.
Yeah.
The complicated thing is that like I don't know exactly how he's gonna like get in and out of the apartment building. I'm hoping that we can make sure like the door stays open, but like sometimes that can be a little finicky because sometimes I don't always get like if somebody buzzes, it doesn't always work apparently.
I'm
So,
sure he'll just wedge the door open.
Oh, okay, that would make
He'll
sense.
just put a
No, that
stop
would be
in
fine.
and keep the door open. So
Yeah, no, that would make sense. So yeah, I don't know exactly how that's gonna go, but because it's gonna be a different guy than who came last time,
okay.
to just give us the quote.
Don't you have
So
like
and I'm hoping
roof?
he can fix it all at once.
Don't you have like roof above outside, or does it go right down to the side of the street by that window? No.
I think that
It's
there
just a wall
is
underneath?
roof, but there is roof, but like if it makes sense, I'm pretty sure like there's an overhang and then like the buildings start here, but the apartment starts here.
Oh,
I
okay.
think is how it's like. So there
Okay.
it
So
yeah.
you're over the sidewalk a
Um,
little bit.
Yeah, I think
Kinda.
so.
Interesting.
Kind of, yeah. I I'm having a hard time picturing it and like
Yeah.
explaining it, but I think so.
So I may be
So
getting it confused with the skylight, where there's like roofing below the window, but not in that part. Okay. So if you climbed over the little Juliet balcony railing, you would be hanging into air. You wouldn't. There'd be nothing
I think
below you.
so.
You don't
You're
have to go
making me want
look.
to go
Don't go
check.
look. Don't go look. So
I think so. I don't know. I feel like I'm doubting myself now, but yeah, I think so.
okay,
I think you just go straight onto the street.
nice.
So
Okay, yeah. So he can lean his ladder up there.
yeah. Well, and that's what the guy who was gave us the quote said he was planning on doing too. So I'm sure he looked at it and but it's like I don't know exactly how he could have unless he's like a really skinny guy, how he's
Mm,
going to have the thing closed and be on the balcony. I think he's going to have to stay on the ladder because
yeah.
the balcony is not even 6 inches.
Right.
So if the door was open, yeah, but like it's going to be tight. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But
There may be
it's
two
luckily it's
guys.
not
You
my
may have
job.
two guys. You may have somebody inside and a guy outside.
Maybe there's a chance.
Yeah.
Um,
That
I don't
would
know.
be
We'll see.
that would be that would
Hopefully,
be that would be the preferred way to do it,
yeah,
but that may not be the cost effective way to do it. So
yeah, right. Right. Well,
it's
and I don't know, and I'm just hoping that it's not going to be raining because then there's going to be rain and mud in and out of the house. But it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm just hoping it gets fixed.
yeah. Because right now it's just up all the time,
It's
right?
up all the time, but there's about a foot that's down
Oh,
because there's
okay.
like something like that's jammed in it to keep it stayed up,
Mm,
or staying up. And I think that we'll get a lot more light in the apartment if we
yeah.
can have it all the way up. And it would be nice to like occasionally be able to have it all the way down, like if we wanted to,
Hmm.
um, like if we're going away for the weekend, or if I think if like it's colder outside, I think it'll help keep in the heat a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, and
Um,
I'm sure
so
that
it'll be nice.
at night too, it's
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
when you have a big window like that and the lights on inside, it's kind of like a TV for the outside.
yeah, a little bit. And it is like, luckily, it's not like the room that like we're changing in and stuff.
Right.
Um, but it is, and it's straight across from other windows.
Yeah.
So, and we don't have blinds on it because I'm kind of waiting to get blinds until like the window's fixed. So the guy's not going to be, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm sure it'd be fine. I don't really want it in the way. And also, I was hoping I could be able to thrift some, but I think just because of how like tall we
Hmm.
want the blinds to be, I'm going to end up ordering. But yeah, we'll see.
How
We'll
fun.
see. It'll be nice, I think, to have that as well. But
Cool.
yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I have to go and work out today. So
Ugh, ugh.
go
We
see
looked at a
Evan.
gym.
You did?
We looked at a gym. Yeah, there's a gym that's actually in like this grocery store kind of mall-ish
Mm-hmm.
area, which is quite popular to have like a big grocery store and then attached to it kind of looks like a mall,
Mm.
um, with lots of other little stores. And part of in like the second level is a pretty big gym, and it's like a 10-minute bus ride and about like an 8-minute drive away from
Mm.
us.
That's not too bad.
Um, which, yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I don't know how long the walk would be. I think 20, 30 minutes maybe. I don't know.
Nice.
Um, but we looked at it and it's about $20 a month with about like a $39 fee at the
Right.
beginning. And that's
Interesting.
because we would be like a family. So we'd each have to pay 20 a month.
Okay.
So we might do it. I think we're going to wait until I get back and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not that bad, but we want to make sure that one, that would be the one we would want. And
Right.
like, we want to check the hours because we think that because it's like in the mall area, it might not be open as much as we'd want, you know?
Right. Yeah. If it's closed on
And I don't
Sunday
know.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, but I don't know. We might do that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
So yeah, yeah.
So
So,
the Planet Fitness
hmm
gym is now open in Monroe.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw somebody on the Monroe Facebook group go, so did the Thrive Fitness close? And like, if you don't live in Monroe, this Thrive Fitness closing was like the biggest thing that's happened
Yeah.
since the Roosevelt store closed. Like this was a
Bigger.
huge deal that it
It's
closed. It
bigger.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
it was bigger. It was probably bigger. Because it's like kind of in the middle of Monroe. Like a lot of people are members of it. It was a really big deal. And it was just really funny that like
And it's
months
been
to,
there
it was
and
like
it's been there
months after.
forever. I mean, it's been there longer than we've lived in Monroe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So I was like, does he have his head like under a rock? I was like, I don't even want to look at the comments that this person is probably getting like smacked with that are
well,
just
and
so
it's
rude, I'm sure.
and so
I was like, okay,
and so
this poor guy.
so what they did with the Thrive is they had to close because they lost their lease. So
Right.
it was kind of a fairly sudden thing. And what they did is they just transferred all of the memberships to the gym I go to, which is Pursuit.
Mm.
And so now all the people that were members there are now members of Pursuit. And which some people were salty that they were just not consulted on this whole decision and had to become members of Pursuit, which they don't have to, but it's just they transferred everything over. And if you don't want, you can just quit. But
Right.
and so it's a little people are a little
I think it's
salty
nice that they. I think
at
that it
the,
was nice that they transferred them to anywhere. Like
yeah,
I kind of think that's
and
they need to
no
do
sign
that.
up fees or anything. They just kept everything. I think they
That
just kept
I
everything
think
the
that's super
same.
nice.
I
It
thought,
kind of sucks for the people who are already at Pursuit.
yeah. So
Like
so it's a little
because it's kind
salty.
of a nicer gym.
It's yeah, it's
I think the sign up stuff was more expensive, is what I'm saying. Like I think it's
yeah.
a
No,
little
it
bit
was more
more.
expensive. It's a more expensive gym, and
Yeah,
it's a little it's different.
it's a different.
I
Yeah, different.
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
I think it's better. That's the one I joined. I looked at both.
yeah,
For me, this was the better one, but it's different. Better
yeah.
or worse, it's different. So the people from Thrive are a little salty that they've been booted out of their house and now have to. And so it's like a combined marriage. It's like having two families come together and you got two separate kids, and it's
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I don't know about this new dad that we have. You kind of think, it's like,
You're my stepdad. You're not my real dad.
you're not my real
You're
dad.
not my real Jim.
Yeah, it's that kind of, and then
You're just
and then
filling in.
and then, and then all the people that have been to Pursuit all the time, they're like, what are all these new people doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
There's too many
Well, and it's
people.
also like everybody knows that in January the gym's going to be really full too. So
Yeah,
it's kind of close to like that big gym rush.
yeah. So
So,
it's yeah, and everybody's kind of trying to figure out the whole thing.
but now
So
the global fitness, because that's what's filling for Thrive, right?
yeah, it just opened. It's yeah, and it's cheaper. It's quite a bit cheaper. So I'm kind of hoping a
Oh
bunch of
yeah,
people go there.
that's nice.
It's because you can do $10 a month. You do $10 a
Wow,
month for the basic where you don't get any extras.
that's crazy.
Just it's like $1 to join and
Oh,
$10 a month or something like that. So it's quite a bit cheaper,
yeah.
and everything's
Okay, so
new.
talking about changes of Monroe to just changes to somewhat change the subject. What's going on with all the coffee stand changes?
Oh my goodness!
This is
So
crazy.
the uh, the hillbilly coffee,
Stressing me
what is
out.
it? What's
Uh, the bikini barista
the bikini
place.
barista place? It was hillbillies. I don't know. Anyway,
I have no
It
idea.
moved closer to our house, so it's over by the
Yeah, like
pot
really
shop.
close to our house, apparently.
Yeah.
It's on the same like area. So we have a pot shop now and a bikini barista
So
like right off the highway.
the funny thing about this bikini barista place, so the the pot shop is the Roosevelt store that Lindsay briefly mentioned earlier that closed. The people are salty about that and became a pot shop. The pot shop is doing a booming business. There's always people at the pot shop.
Crazy.
A lot of
So
people
many
there.
people.
So
Yeah.
so they added this bikini barista place. So they picked up the building that was in Monroe, the little coffee drive up coffee building.
Oh, same thing?
They picked it up and drove it over there
No.
somehow. It
Oh,
just all of a
okay.
sudden was there, and it was like they were like closed for like one day, I guess. I mean, it was like the next day they were up and running.
That's crazy.
And but It's not in the front. It's behind the pot shop in the back corner where the travel
Oh, good.
trailer used to be. It's like,
That's fine with me then. I don't.
but it's just
That's
weird
totally
because
okay.
it's like hidden in
Okay,
the back
because
corner. But there's
that.
signs. There's big signs all over, so you
Okay,
know what to do. But
so I just like to say, like, no shame or whatever, but I'm just saying that from Highway 2, you would get like glimpses of the girls, and not to be like PG 13, these girls are wearing less than bikinis.
yeah,
And so you get a little like peep show as you're driving down Highway 2. And so that's what I was worried about, is that it was like right on the corner,
no,
and
you
that like
can't see
every time you
nothing.
go home, you'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like,
Yeah, no, they're back.
you know,
They're
just
back
like
tucked away. You
disgusting.
can't. I have
Okay,
not seen. I've
that's
looked,
nice.
but I can't. You
That's
can't see nothing. But
I yeah, yeah, you've checked it out a little bit. You're like, "Oh,
slow down,
darn."
slow down. What's there? No. It's but
Yeah.
no, I do. I mean, because
There's been
it's
a few
new,
times where dad's come
and
home
there's
embarrassed and been like, "Oh no, I accidentally was in a new area because of a customer and I didn't realize, but I went to a bikini barista place and it was so awkward."
yeah,
They should have like a trigger warning, like before movies, like rated R,
yeah.
nudity or something
Usually it's kind of
before you
obvious.
open up the window.
I went to one in Eastern Washington because I was like driving, and I think I had I had my trailer and everything, and I was driving, and I'm like checking on the phone. I need coffee. I'm driving like 400
Yeah.
miles, like need coffee, and it's like, oh, coffee stand. It's like 2 minutes out of the way, and I pull up, and there was like no warning, and it was like, boom, and look over like, oh, you're practically naked. Okay.
Okay, so I'd like a latte, please.
I don't know. You know,
So
there's just something
was it okay?
not comfortable about making coffee without clothes on. It just makes me
I don't
nervous. It
understand that.
makes me nervous for them, you know.
It's
To each
hot.
their own, whatever, but it's
Do
hot
they melt?
coffee, there's hot milk, things are spilling all over the place. It's like, ooh,
And you're
that's just
sticky.
I
You know
just
that if
yeah.
you work in like a food industry, you're
Yeah.
like things are kind
Yeah.
of yeah. Anyways, so when we were young, I remember going to a coffee shop that would give you like I think it was to put on top of the coffee so that it would stay warm,
Hmm.
little cow stickers.
Oh,
Like they
that
were like
was
plastic cow stickers.
so that
And
was
didn't that place turn into a bikini barista
yeah,
place?
so that was the hillbilly coffee or whatever it is now.
Hmm.
And it was I
Was that
used
in
to
Monroe?
yeah, I used to go there. I
Oh.
used to go there and it was kind of like pre-bikini baristas. It was all pretty girls, but they would wear
Hmm.
like maybe Daisy Duke shorts, you
Right.
know, and midriff type things. And they were, it was like whatever, but they were
Yeah.
closed. It was more than beach. They weren't like every once in a while a girl would like wear a bikini, but I think it was like Sunday
Right.
bikini day or something. I don't know. There was like a bikini day, but for the most part they were dressed
Yeah.
provocatively, but they weren't. You wouldn't like look away.
Yeah, because now bikini baristas is like Victoria's Secret kind
Yeah,
of fashion show.
like a lot of it's like pasties.
Yeah,
Like
which that really surprised me. I didn't realize.
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
yeah. I went to
it
one
was really
place.
funny.
I
We
went to
drove
one
by
place
the place.
and it was like it was somewhere like Lindsay says. I pull it like, and you're like, okay, you're not wearing anything. You're like,
It was really funny. We drove by it on Highway 2, Hugo and I one time, and he was like, "Whoa, that girl's naked!" Like it was like oh my gosh, like, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
so
He's
my
like, "What is that?" And then I had to explain to him bikini baristas. I was like,
so
"Yeah." I was like, "He's like, that's so gross."
so
It was, he was so shocked.
I had a good friend who was actually the pastor that married us, and my stepfather Russ, who they fished a lot together, and they had opened in when we lived in Kenmore. There was a bikini barista place that that Russ kind of liked to go to. So, and I think he took or told Jerry about it or whatever, and they had a good laugh about it, and that they were out fishing, and you're out fishing, you're in this country town, they'll know
Right.
where place. And so they stop to get a coffee. And as they're pulling up, Jerry Cook goes, "Well, I hope she's not wearing any clothes," meaning that hoping that she is wearing clothes. Or no, Russ like looking like, what? He's like, wait a minute, that's not what I meant.
Oh well, gosh, I bet he never lived that one down. That's wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he got grief for, yeah. He
Oh,
was he
years.
was constantly, Jerry Cook was just the best guy. The other thing that he did, we used to go over to Eastern Washington, over to Blue Lake. And it's just this really primitive place, and you can camp right on the lake. And everybody's sitting around the campfire late at night, and the the noise from the lake, and the normal noise is, frogs, ribbiting. And as it's getting darker and the frogs are getting louder, Jerry Cook's like, "What kind of birds are those? Those are so loud." And
Seriously?
yeah, and Jerry Cook is, he at that point, he grew up like a long time ago. And, he's been out. It's not like he's a city boy and never been out in the country. I mean, he's,
He grew
lived in
up
the,
a long time ago.
yeah, well,
Right.
when
I, I
the country type life, you know,
yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
um, everybody's like looking at, and he's kind of the, patriarch kind of thing. He's,
Right.
he's the man, you don't want to like,
Yeah.
everybody kind of looks at each other like, kind of birds are those? Finally, somebody goes,
Some kind of joke?
"Jerry, those are frogs." He's like, "Well, yes, they are." So
Oh
then
my
for the
goodness.
rest of his life, he got grief about the birds. Anytime
Oh, I have heard this story before.
you
Yeah.
would hear a dog ribbit, or a dog ribbit. There you go. Hear a frog ribbit and be like,
If Dofer
"Wow."
or Henry starts ribbiting, I think you need
Yeah.
to let me know.
They-
I want a video.
It was like, "Jerry, what kind of bird is that?" Just constantly, just would get grief.
Oh, I bet.
But
Oh
anyway,
gosh.
Jerry Cook, rest in peace. He's salt of the earth, one of the best guys I've ever known, and so, but yeah. Anyway, so now it's time for the second
Well,
ending of our podcast.
really time to end the podcast.
Yeah, because I got to leave in like 10 minutes to get down to the
Okay,
gym.
yeah.
So thank
okay,
you
you
very
can
much
just
for
tell
all
them
this
that you were
joining us.
talking.
We've driven away all but one of our listeners or
There
watchers,
we go.
and so thank you very much. Hit like and subscribe, and do all the fun Facebooky or YouTubey type things, and we will
And podcasty things.
podcasty things.
Yeah.
Say
Podcast.
wonderful things about us or bad things about us, doesn't matter.
No, only
And,
wonderful.
Give us thumbs
Don't
up
give
or
them that
whatever.
permission. Okay, we're done. We're done. Bye, guys.
See ya.
See you next time.